and out through the nose. So just eyes resting closed, nice easy seat, and then start to make that transition to just inhaling in through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. And with every breath, see if you can find just a little place. Again, no judgment here, just to soften. So maybe you start up in the forehead, letting your forehead just soften. Perhaps it is the jaw, you can just let it relax a bit more. Do a little quick check-in with your shoulders, let those elbows hang nice and heavy. And then notice if you're doing kind of any tensing or holding on in the hips. Just let those hips and legs just really, truly relax. And then just for a moment, kind of observe, witness the energy that you feel right here and now. Don't judge it. Don't wish it to be anything different, but just kind of tune in and notice. And I like to think of energy frequency kind of like a radio station, right? We get to choose which station we listen to, but sometimes we get stuck on a really bad station with terrible music, right? Which is one of the reasons we come to practice. We come to this place to allow ourselves to do some retuning. So in this moment here, with this easy, gentle breath in and out of your nose, relaxing face and jaw and shoulders, even the hands and hips, perhaps just set your intention. What frequency do you want to tune yourself to? My frequency lately has been the frequency of appreciation. And it's not easy to always be there. I get stuck on that bad station sometimes, but you can always go back. You can always change the channel, right? So just kind of making your intention here and now with these first few gentle breaths. Where do you want to tune yourself to? And then with that intention and your heart and your mind, begin to bring your palms together. Let thumbs rest right at heart center, Anjali Mudra. And take in a big inhale in through your nose and just hold it in. And then a long, slow exhale. Nice. And then when you feel ready, you can blink your eyes open, palms ease down. Good. And then we'll just do a little bit of seated work here. So you can switch out the cross of your legs if you want, but bring those hands down on the knees and just start to circle your torso around. So with anything that we do in practice, if something is not working for you, feel free to skip it, do your own thing, and just really focus on your breath. So that even pace of your breath in and out of your nose is what's really going to help to just give your heartbeat that nice place to go, that nice stable place. Go ahead, reverse, move in the other direction. And again, always try to meet your body, meet your practice, not from a place of judgment. Just observe. That's also a major practice, right? And then let's come all the way through center, sit nice and tall, and then we'll take a big inhale, reach and stretch the arms up. You can gaze up gently. Exhale, bring right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, and then take a big inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, just twist very gently. So pay attention in any kind of twisting that we do to your back. If your back says no, then listen to that. Don't push into it. Okay, close your eyes and again, sit up nice and tall, lengthen through the very crown of your head. And you want to twist from the waist and then breathe into that twist. So the breath is really doing more of the quote unquote work here. Soften where you can, check in with those hands. Good. And then just unwind, come back to center, hands down on the knees, take a big inhale and a big exhale. Nice. And then let's do the other side. So big inhale, Sweep the arms up. You can gaze up gently if you want to. Exhale, left hand, right knee, right hand behind you. And then again, just twist. Your twist can be like super subtle here. You can gaze over the shoulder, or you can just close your eyes and go more into sensation, more into just feeling into the inside of the body, the torso, diaphragm expanding, belly expanding. Good, nice deep breath. One more nice full breath. See if you can sit up a little taller on the inhale, twist a little deeper on the exhale. Awesome. And then let's come all the way back to seated and just circle the shoulders around a few times here. Just letting all those fluids kind of move through you. Nice. And let's go right on ahead to the mat for some cat-cow. So if you're not already on your mat, let's go ahead and make our way there to hands and knees. Now, if you have sensitive knees, grab a blanket to place underneath them, and then cat-cow. So inhale, belly stretching down, heart lifting, and then exhale, rounding the spine. So just moving back and forth between these two places. And I always say this is really my go-to for any kind of back pain or stiffness. It's a really great thing to do when you first wake up in the morning, just to give your body that little bit of TLC, a little bit of love, all that spinal fluid moving. If you feel good with syncing your breath to the movement, that can also be very beneficial. So I love to inhale to drop down, lifting chest and heart, and then exhale to round the spine. And go as slowly as you need to today. And don't feel like you have to make these big, gigantic movements. Let this time that we have here together be just a sacred time that you can take all those big expectations and demands off of yourself, right? Believe it or not, those don't always help you tune to that frequency that you would like to be at. So go more into just being. Good. And when you're ready, let's move down to a nice neutral table. Do a little bit more to warm up the back. So you'll reach your right leg back behind you, flex through the right foot, eyes looking down at the floor. And then if you want to, you can stay here, or you can reach the left arm out in front of you, bicep facing ear, thumb facing ceiling, and then engage the core here. So you don't have to overdo it, but you can just feel core engagement happening. Eyes are looking gently down at the earth. Just one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right knee down, and then let's cat-cow a little bit just to integrate that. Good. And then let's find a nice neutral table, hands and knees. Go ahead, reach and stretch that left leg back behind you, flex through left foot. Either stay here if you did it on the first side, or if you'd like to, you can reach that right arm forward, bicep facing ear, thumb facing ceiling, and just breathe in and out of the nose here. Nice engaged core, eyes nice and softly gazing down at the floor, neck nice and long. One more inhale, reach out, and then exhale, right hand down, left knee down. A little bit more cat-cow here. Just get into the breath pattern. Good. And then from here, your choice. If you would like to do a little bit more of a restorative practice today, you'll go back into a child's pose. If you feel like you have a little more energy, you can come back up into a downward facing dog. So find where you'd like to be. So either a down dog or a child's pose, both of them will give your back that nice stretch. Reach through the hands and the feet, breathe all the way into the upper back here. So we have about 60% of our lungs located there in the upper back. To see if you can breathe into them. Take a few more breaths here.
Awesome. And if you are in child's pose, you're either going to come on up into a down dog or you're going to come up into table pose for this next thing here. So finding either down dog or table, you'll reach and stretch the right leg back behind you, bend the knee, open up the hip. So big stretch here. Again, you can do this from hands and knees too. Really breathe into that right hip. Good. And then let's take the right foot down. You can again stay in down dog or go down into a table. We're just going to go right into that left side. So reach, stretch the left leg up and back behind you, bend the knee, open the hip. If you're in a down dog shape, put a little bend in the right knee. Keep pulling the right hip back. Breath nice and even. Good. And then if you are in down dog, you'll take that left leg down and table, left knee down. So everybody, we're going to find our way to a forward fold at the very front side of the mat. So however you need to come on up there, go ahead and walk your way up there. In your forward fold, bend your knees, keep the neck nice and long, crown of the head towards the earth, and just relax your face and jaw and just breathe here. Now, if this does not feel good on your low back, you're going to bend your knees a lot or widen your feet more. If it still doesn't feel okay, just go ahead and come on up to standing. Good. We'll be there in a second, I promise. And when you're ready, you're going to go ahead. If you're standing, just kind of hang, stand, and breathe. But if you're in the fold, inhale, lengthen your torso, look down at the earth, engage the core. Exhale, fold. And then everybody, let's press into those feet. Inhale, reach up, look up, stretch up. And then exhale, thumbs come on down to the heart. Close your eyes, just breathe here, stand into the feet. You can kind of rock forward and back if you want to. Just really feeling the earth below you. Good. And then when you're ready, bring your hands onto your hips here from this standing place. You're going to press into your right foot and then step that left foot back into a big lunge here. So if this is too much, you can lower the left knee down, totally fine. But come on up into either that low lunge or higher lunge. Your feet are hip width apart. So if your left knee is down, your left knee is hip width to the right foot. You can leave your hands there on the hips, or you can reach and stretch those arms up, pull the outer right hip back. Breathe deeply. So try not to tense up the face, the shoulders, the jaw. Keep your breath flowing as well as you can. One more inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring those hands down. So if your left knee is down, you can go ahead and keep it there, or we're going to come to pyramid pose. So you can just back those hips up, straighten out the right leg. If you're standing, you're going to move your left foot in 1 or 2 footprints, left heel all the way down, fold over the right leg. Good. So if your left knee is down, you'll just straighten the right leg and move back onto your right heel for a baby Hanuman. Keep your neck long. If you can't quite touch the floor, know that that's totally normal. And you can use pillows or any kind of prop that you have there at home to support those hands underneath your shoulders. Slow your breathing down as much as you can. And then just, again, be here. Tune into this energy. Kind of a forward fold is a lot more of a cooling energy. Slowing down. One more nice deep breath. Make sure your right knee is not locking out. Good. And then you're going to step that left foot forward to meet your right foot and just fold here. So if the left knee was down, you'll lift it up and fold forward to meet everyone. Nice deep breaths. And again, if the forward folds really, really bother your low back and widening the feet, bending the knees doesn't help, then you just stand straight up. We'll be there to join you in a moment. Good. And let's inhale, lengthen your torso. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, inhale, reaching up, stretching up. And then exhale, thumbs heart center. Again, close your eyes, and then you can, if you want to, kind of rock forward and back, feeling into the feet, feeling the energy of standing versus folding. Observing, witnessing how it changes the breath. That's always interesting, right? Good. Let's bring hands to hips or waist to give yourself balance. Press into the left foot, and now your right foot's going to step back into that lunge. Again, you can lower your right knee down if you want to. Your feet are going to be hip width apart here. Okay, and then pull the left hip back, left knee bends. Keep your hands on your hips and breathe for a little bit, or if you want to reach and stretch the arms up, you can do that. Just find your strength here. You might feel stronger with the right knee down. Keep pulling the outer left hip back. Make sure the left toes don't grip the floor. Nice deep breaths in and out of the nose. Relaxing shoulders. One more breath here. Good. And now exhale, hands come down to frame the left foot. So you can do exactly what you did on the other side. So if you're continuing to stand, you're going to step your right foot in 1 or 2 footprints, get that right heel down, and then fold over left leg, pyramid pose. So make sure you have ample support for those hands. You can bend the left knee, keep the neck as long as you can, and just kind of settle into this folding place. You can always drop right knee to the floor, do baby Hanuman, which means you're coming onto the left heel, pulling toes back towards your face. Either one of those is fine. And just slow the breath down. I'm going to drop into that just slower, calmer energy. One more nice deep breath here. Good. And then let's take hands to the floor, step that right foot forward into your fold and just hang. Notice the difference between right leg and left leg. Good. Let's take a big inhale and lengthen the torso. And then a long, slow exhale to fold. And then we'll step back into a plank pose. Now, you can always just go straight to a knee down plank if that's better for you. But really try to press the ground away from you. Keep the neck long, the throat open. And then let's lower to the belly, nice and slowly. So once you come down there, bring those thumbs in line with the chest, tops of the feet to the floor. And then inhale into your Cobra. Let's exhale, lower down. We're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale, lift. You do not have to come up very high at all. This is just about giving the back some compression. Exhale, lower. And one more inhale, lift. And exhale back into a child's pose. Either knees wide, big toes touching, or you can just let the belly rest on the thighs. Now, if child's pose doesn't feel super relaxing, you can take a blanket or pillows in between the thighs and the calves. That is always an option. Slow your breath down. So just kind of hang here, connect with that energy below you. Connect with the feeling of your forehead touching the earth. Again, going into this more down-regulated energy here. Awesome. Good. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and inhale up into the table pose. We'll just cat-cow a little bit to integrate everything in our practice so far. And then we're going to come all the way up and back into a downward facing dog, or you can go back into a child's pose, totally. And from either your down dog or wherever you are. We're going to come back up to the front side of the mat again and just hang there for a moment. So step up there, come on up there however you want. And then we'll inhale to lengthen the torso. Exhale to fold. And then press into your feet. Inhale, let's stand, reaching up, stretching up. And then exhale, thumbs to your heart. Good. This time, we'll go ahead and turn and take a big wide step out. Okay, preparing for a couple of warrior poses. So turn your right foot to the right, have your right heel in line with that left arch or the left heel. Take a big inhale to reach the arms out, and then exhale, bend into that right knee. Let your eyes look right out over the right middle finger. So keep your legs super strong. Press down through the outer edge of the left foot. You can lift up those right toes a little bit. And just use your breath to expand. Expand all the way out into the fingertips. Good. This powerful energy here. The warrior pose. Taking one more nice deep breath.
Sorry, my headphone went out. Fixed it.
Straighten your right leg, turn your toes. Sorry about that, guys. And now we're going to go ahead to the left side. So turn your left foot to the left, heel to arch or heel to heel, right toe, right foot slightly pigeon toed in. Inhale, arms reach out. And then exhale, left side. So bend into the left knee. Again, just kind of tap into the power of this pose. And notice how if you press down through the outer edge of the right foot, that you really kind of feel this right hip opening up even more. Soften the eyes out over that left middle finger. Good, nice expansive breath all the way through the body. Good, hands to hips or waist, straighten out. Left leg, turn the toes. Let's heel toe in just a tiny bit so that you can get a bigger range of motion to circle those hips around. So this is a really nice kind of shape or movement to take the pressure off of the back. You maybe probably wouldn't normally do it unless you were in yoga, right? And then let's go ahead and reverse. Or like a little kid. Little kids do this too. They're so smart. Good. And let's come back to center. We're going to go right into a triangle pose. So you can leave your feet this width or you can take them even wider. But you'll turn your right foot to the right, heel to arch or heel to heel. Take a big inhale to sweep the arms out. And then exhale, bring that right hand down. Now you can take it to the thigh, the shin. If you can reach the floor, go for it without compromising the left hip too much. The left arm reaches and stretches up. Make sure you can bend that right knee just a little bit so you don't want to have it locked out. Good, just expand into this. So big opening on that left side body. Keep your core nice and engaged. Keep your breath moving. Good. And then when you're ready, put just a little bend in that right knee to bring yourself all the way up. Inhale. Good. Hands to hips or waist. Go ahead and turn those right toes. We'll go right into the other side. So turn your left foot to the left, heel to arch or heel to heel. Inhale, arms reaching. And then exhale, go ahead and come into triangle on your left side. So it may look a little different for you. And open up the top of this right hip. I still have a hamstring injury from like 6 years ago. So my left side is still a little different. So just breathe into it. Little bend in the left knee. Try not to grip the floor with the toes on either side. Shoulders nice and relaxed up out of the ears. Take one more big inhale. Look down at the left foot, bend into the left knee. Inhale all the way up. Good. Hands to hips or waist. Turn those left toes. Let's do some nice big circling again here. Good. And then let's circle the other way. Nice. And then let's go ahead and heel toe back together. We're going to do one balance pose here before we come down to the floor. So just press into your right foot. You're going to lift and lower the left foot. So just lift and lower. Okay, so tree pose, you may choose to just bring the heel to the inside of the leg and stay here. It's a hip opener, strengthens the legs, strengthens the balance. You can also bring the foot to the calf muscle. Okay, and then if you want to grab your foot and bring it up to your thigh, you can do that. Okay, bring your hands wherever feels comfortable. And this can be one of those poses, it's hard not to judge yourself, but try not to go there. Just be with each breath, letting the breath uplift you, lengthen you through your spine. Good. When you're ready, go ahead, step that right foot, left foot, both back down. Close your eyes. Try not to move around the feet too much. That's the hard part. Close your eyes, notice your breath. You might have been holding it and had no idea, right? I was doing that. Good. Open eyes, hands to hips or waist. Press now into your left foot and then lift and lower the right foot. You may notice a little difference from side to side. Good. And then we're going to come to tree here. So heel to ankle, calf muscle, or again, bring it on up to that thigh. Good. And then just find your shape and be there. Take your hands wherever is comfortable. Breathe deeply. If you need to move or change positions, do that. And slow everything down. Awesome. Go ahead, bring your foot to the floor, hands down, eyes closed, nice deep breath. Good. And then we're going to come just down to the floor here. We're going to do a couple of little kneeling warrior poses. So I'm going to face you guys this way. You can face me this way if you want to. But let's cat-cow a little bit to kind of integrate all those standing poses. So yes, we're going to move into a couple of little kneeling warrior poses. Get a little deeper into the hips. All right, so you're going to come up on your knees. Now you can pad these knees up if you would like to here, okay? But you're going to take your right foot down to the floor. So ideally your right heel is kind of in line with that left knee. And then you'll sweep the arms open and then bring that forearm down onto the thigh. And then left arm reaches up and over. So you could just stay up here. This is probably, you can already feel this inside of right hip. If you want a little bit more depth, you can bring that right hand down to the floor and even move the right foot back a little bit, okay? Relax the left shoulder. So just go where you can here. Don't feel like this pressure to be in this big shape here. Good. Opening the left hip is what we're working towards. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's inhale up. Good. You're going to exhale and bring the left hand to the floor. Take your right hand on the right hip and open it here. So it's like a modified side plank. So you can stay here in this modified side plank. You can reach the right arm up, opening chest and heart, or you can lift up the right foot. Good. So whichever version you're in, be there. If you want to open up the front body a little bit more, you can bend the right knee, grab the top of the foot, and then stretch it back here. Good. Totally optional. Staying down in that modified side plank is perfect. Okay. One more breath here, wherever you are. And then we're going to release that right leg, right foot, slowly set it down. And then inhale, back up. We're going to take another pose here called gate pose. So bring the right hand to a straight right leg, left arm reaches up and over. So go where you can here. It's almost like a kneeling triangle. And with that right foot, you can come to your right heel, or you can just rest to the inside of the right foot. Good, breathe deeply. All right, when you're ready, let's inhale all the way up. We're gonna bring a little twist into this. So bring those hands down to the floor. You're gonna bring your right hand to the floor, and then you're gonna reach the left arm up. And then on your exhale, bring that left shoulder down to the floor. Right hand goes wherever you would like it to go. You can leave it just laying there. You can use that left hand as leverage. You can wrap it onto your back. If you're feeling playful, you can try to catch your foot into your hand. Just relax into whatever you've chosen. This one will kind of really hit those lymph nodes on the backs of the shoulders. Good. And then press that right hand into the earth to come up here. Take your left hand down, right hand down, and then just bring that left knee and right knee back together. We'll just cat-cow a little bit here. Just even out all of that we just did. Good. Let's find a nice neutral table, and then we'll go to the other side. So first we'll start by bringing that left foot out here, and then have your heel in line with your knee. It's a good place to start. And then you're going to inhale, arms reach, and then exhale, elbow onto thigh, right arm up and over. So finding the shape on this side with everything. If your back is saying no, then don't push into that. You can always bring that hand to the floor, left hand, right arm up and over. And then breathe here in and out of your nose. Just be where you are. Soften. Good. When you're ready, let's inhale up into that T position. And then you're going to exhale. This time, plant the right palm to the ground. You can start off in this modified side plank pose, which is absolutely perfect. You can just reach that top arm up. And if you want to float the foot, you can. Play with your balance a little bit. Core strength. Stay here, or bend the knee, grab top of the foot. Take a big stretch here. Good. Open chest and heart. Breathe. Even if you just still have that left foot on the floor and you're doing that modified side plank, it's perfect, I promise. Good. Take one more big inhale. And then when you're ready, gently release left foot. Let's inhale up. Good. For gate pose, you'll bring that left hand to the left leg, right arm up and over like a kneeling triangle. Do whatever is the most comfortable for you with the left foot. So you can come to your left heel or the inside of the leg. Good, nice deep breath. Good, and then inhale, reach everything up, arms come up. And then exhale, hands come down, support yourself. The right hand down, the left arm up. And then exhale, come down into the twist. So bringing that left shoulder, oops, sorry, I told you guys the wrong thing. Reach your right arm up, and then come all the way down to the floor, right shoulder. Good. So again, this time, just do more than likely what you did on the first side in regards to the left hand. You just really want to try to get the back of the right shoulder to touch down. It's a really deep twist here. So this is, like I said on the first side, a really lovely shape
to help get the lymphatic system to move some things around. In these hot, humid summer months, we need more of this. Good. One more full breath. And then let's press that left palm into the earth. Reach and stretch the right arm up. And then bring the right hand down, left knee down. We'll just cat-cow a little bit here, integrating that. Nice. And then let's make our way onto our back. We're going to hit those other lymph nodes, the ones in the thighs, the groin area. Okay. So we'll start off with one back bend before we get a little deeper into the compression poses. So bring your feet down to the earth. Have your feet hip width and your knees hip width. We're just going to do one bridge. So your palms can stay where they are, facing the ground. You can grab opposite edges of your mat, press your feet down, lift your hips up. Now don't turn your head once you come into this. If you normally walk those shoulders underneath you, you can do that. So find your bridge pose. Again, don't turn your head or your neck once you come into the pose. Good. Two more breaths. Awesome. If your hands are bound, release them lower, bring those hips down. Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees open. Supta Baddha Konasana. Take your hands wherever is comfortable and just breathe. Good. And then when you're ready, let's bring your feet back to the floor. We're going to start with both feet down for this next thing. And then if you want to extend them out, you can. We're going to start off by pulling the right knee up into the chest. So a half wind relieving posture. Now, if you want to just stay here, this is great. If your low back is okay with it, you can bring the left heel out to the floor. If your low back says, let's bring the foot back down, just listen to that. So you can stay here like this, just like this. If you want a little bit more dimension or something different, you're going to grab onto the outer edge of the right foot with the right hand. Pull the knee up towards the armpit, like you're going to stamp that right foot on the ceiling. If your body says no, then just keep the knee hugging into the chest. Both of these are going to give you some compression, not only in the torso, but also in the thigh, groin area. So breathe into where you are, either the knee just plainly hugging into the chest. You can also bring the left hand on top of the left thigh and just gently press it away. Awesome. One more breath here. Everybody take your left foot down to the floor. Take your right foot down to the floor. Bring your feet about as wide as your yoga mat and knees bent, arms satir, cactus, flex your feet and just windshield wiper. So just letting this movement integrate that static hold we just did. Giving all those fluids that we just kind of created. Anytime we do a compression pose, it creates blood. It asks the blood to rush to the area. So we want to integrate that little rush of blood into the joints. Good. And then let's come back to bringing feet down on the floor. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you can just start off with the left knee hugging in. Okay, you might choose to extend the right heel out. If that doesn't feel good, then don't do it. And you can just stay here like this, okay? If you know that that little half happy baby doesn't feel good in your body today, just stay here. You're going to get all the benefits, I promise. If you want to do the half happy baby, You'll bend into the left knee. So it's like a laying down lunge, actually. You'll flex through the left foot. You can take the right hand on top of the right thigh and just gently press it away from you. Most important thing here is breathing. Anytime we hold the breath, we stop that flow of energy through our body. Good. Just a couple more breaths here where you are. Awesome. And then everybody, right foot comes back to floor, left foot comes back to floor. You feel that blood rushing there into the leg and hip. Arms to your cactus. Walk your feet out 1 footprint or so, flex your feet. And again, that windshield wiper, letting everything flow freely again. Notice your breath. Let it just be nice and steady in and out of the nose. Good. Let's bring the feet down, and then we're going to hug both knees nice and tightly into the chest here. So just pull knees in, and again, you can stay here in this really super tight, compressed place, or you can rock a little bit. Gonna breathe out against those legs. Now we're gonna invert here. So a little gentle inversion would be to kind of not hold those knees as tight, give them a little space and just loosely hold on to the knees. This is an inversion, okay? Option 2, you can take your hands down and float your feet up. We're gonna stay here for a minute. Or if you have a regular shoulder stand practice and you feel like doing it, then you can go ahead and come into that. We're again gonna stay here for exactly 1 minute and breathe. So find the position that you would like to be in. Even if a super relaxed shoulder stand like I'm doing, if it causes too much tension in your thighs, just go back to that, like loosely holding those knees into the chest. And all inversions will just ask the heart to slow down, and then you can feel kind of all the fluids in the legs rushing into the torso. So that's usually where my kind of swamp weather swelling manifests, is in my legs. So you can find me doing this often. Another thing to do is putting your legs up the wall. It's a wonderful thing to do in the evening if you feel like you have a lot of cortisol and you just really need to chill. It's also amazing for the low back. So I have all of my prenatal students do a legs up the wall. You can take a pillow up underneath your hips or your sacrum, and then just scoot your butt up to the wall, put those legs straight up and stay there as long as you like. Keep your breath flowing. And just let yourself really settle into the earth here, really become aware of the feeling of the breath in the ribs, feeling the backs of the ribs expand out on the earth. Nice. Let's slowly, if you're in a regular shoulder stand, you'll come down out of that. If your legs are up just like mine, then pull those knees back into the chest. And then bring the arms back to T or cactus. Take your feet to touch down on the floor. And then again, feet about as wide as your mat. Flex your feet. We will do that windshield wiper motion here again, except for this time, we'll turn it into a more kind of a static twist. So when your knees are to the right next time, just let them hang there on the right. You can look towards the left. Let your left shoulder be nice and heavy. You can start to let your exhales be just a little bit longer than those inhales. Another way to tap into your rest and digest function in the body is to lengthen your exhales out longer than your inhales.
And I didn't mention it, but if you have a different twist variation that you want to do, go for it. You don't have to do just this one. If you can, starting to slip more into the energy of being rather than doing, though, here, just in these few breaths together, twisting to the right side. Good. Head back to center. Feet to floor, windshield wiper a little bit, so go side to side to integrate that twist. Nice. And then let's bring knees over to left side, eyes looking towards the right side. Slowing breath down. Good. Again, choosing to either keep your inhalation, exhalation at the same count, or just play around with letting those exhales be a little longer than your inhales. Nice. When you're ready, bring your head back to center, feet down. Just a little bit more side to side with those knees. Good. And then let's begin to transition into Shavasana. So find the shape that you would like to be in today for Shavasana. If you want to, again, jump up into a chair or just even lay on the couch, that's fine. Just ensure that your body is nice and comfortable. If your eyes are uncomfortable closed, just soften the gaze as much as you can. So you can even play around with opening the eyes and then just softening your gaze, letting your eyes become heavier and heavier. And then go back into your breath, the feeling of the inhale and the exhale. Try to see if you can find it in first the ribs, and maybe go into the belly. And with every exhale, see if you can just let something be a little heavier. We'll do a guided body scan here. So I'll lead you through the body and releasing tension, but you can kind of play around with that witnessing, observing in your own body as well. So starting down at the toes, at the feet, just notice the feet, the soles of the feet, perhaps feeling a warming sensation as you notice just the bottoms of your feet, accepting that energy of being right there in your feet. And even give your feet permission to relax, the toes to just drop down, your heels to rest into the earth. Feeling the energy below the heels, that supportive, calm place below you, the earth. Moving to the ankles, the tops of the ankles. Coming up into the shin bones, just the noticing that you have the bones there and the legs, and then letting your shin bones get really heavy, like so heavy they could almost just fall right through the earth. Calf muscles relaxed, letting go of any holding happening there, conscious or unconscious. And then moving back behind the knees, again, feeling just that warmth back behind the knees as you bring your awareness there and letting the earth just hold you up. Warmth around the kneecaps, encircling, encasing there. Moving up to the thigh bones, the upper thigh bones. First, the quadriceps, the tops of the thighs, and then letting go of any holding happening there in those upper thigh bones. Moving back behind them to hamstrings again, just noticing any holding happening there, just letting those legs be nice and heavy. Moving to the sacrum, the pelvis, that whole area there, just feeling the tops of your hips. And perhaps this just warming energy of attention, of love, of being, entering into the pelvis, the sacrum, feeling that warmth there as the earth again holds you. And this gentle embrace, knowing that nature has your back quite literally, always. Feeling now the belly just gently rising and falling. Your attention, your energy resting right there in the belly button. Call it the jewel of the body, the Manipura chakra. Just letting it go through your whole body here. Coming back to the middle back, releasing the spine to the earth. Moving up to the backs of the ribs, letting them just expand naturally with the breath, feeling the ribs just move ever so subtly on the floor. Moving up to the backs of the shoulders, the shoulder blades, again, just a subtle movement on the floor as you breathe and nourish your body. Moving to the fronts of the ribs, that beautiful rising and falling. And now same with the collarbone, that lift with the inhale, the fall with the exhale. Moving into your fingertips. And maybe you feel a little tingling there. And letting that tingling turn into a warmth in the palms of your hands. Now warming the tops, the backs of the hands, the wrists, forearms heavier and heavier. Elbows heavier, relaxed. Upper arm bones, biceps, everything just resting now into the earth. Up into the shoulders. And just relax the entire torso. Again, just let it drop heavily into the earth. Feeling that support below you. Come to the throat, witnessing and observing the breath flowing across the throat. Moving into the jaw, just letting your teeth separate. The flow of air in and out of the nose. Appreciating that natural process. The eyes relaxing. Forehead broadening. And the top of the head. Again, feeling that warmth there, the energy of just being. And letting that energy of being turn into a warmth that starts at the very top of your head and just spreads over your entire body, encasing you with all of that warmth, all of that healing energy, so that you can truly move into the energy of being, of allowing, tuning into that frequency that you set as your intention. And really feeling that radiate through your entire body. And when you're ready, take a really big inhale, hold the breath in. Long, slow exhale. Finding some small movements, fingers, toes, stretching arms, legs. Eventually bending your knees, hugging knees into the chest. And rolling onto your favorite side, just pausing on your side for a moment. And from your side, just gently make your way all the way up to that nice comfortable seat, similar to the one that we took in the very beginning of class. With eyes resting closed, hands down on the knees. Bring your palms together. Let thumbs rest right at heart center. Again, just observing and witnessing this energy, this frequency within you now. Perhaps choosing to seal it in with this next breath so that it is there later when you need it. Take a big inhale and exhale. Jai Bhagwan. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for coming and practicing today. It was lovely to have all of you. And as always,